Welcome to Raya's Power International 2018. Today I want to talk about muscle synergy. Now, bodybuilders strive to isolate a specific muscle and train that muscle to failure to get the ultimate pump in that muscle. Powerlifters do the same thing. That's called assistance work. And we do bodybuilding exercises after we've done our power lifts to assist to make those power lifts stronger, to make the muscles that we use in those power lifts stronger. And it's basically bodybuilding. So we do the same thing. We try to isolate specific muscles like triceps, quadriceps, and so forth. Now, the problem is, and it's not really a problem, but reality is isolation, complete isolation is impossible because muscles work synergistically. Let's look at some examples of that. A prime example of muscle synergy would be when you work front deltoid raises to train the anterior or front head of the deltoids. Now, not only is that front head performing part of the movement, but you're also bringing into play the upper pecs, the short head of the biceps, and the coracobrachialis. An even better example is biceps curling. There are 8 movers when you do a biceps curl. They include the biceps, okay? They include the brachialis, the brachioradialis in the forearm, the pronator teres, the flexor carpi longus, flexor carpi ulnaris, palmaris longus, flexor digitorum superficialis. Now, there are still other muscles that are used in conjunction with those to stabilize the trunk, the shoulder girdle, even the lower body. Another example of muscle synergy would be with the high bar squat. Now, bodybuilders like to use the high bar squat to, they think, isolate the quadriceps, and that's not what happens at all, okay? Now, on the upward movement, the hip joint and the knees are extended. The joints are extended, okay? Now, when the hip joint is extended, it requires action from the gluteus maximus and the hamstrings. Now, everybody should be able to list the hamstrings. They are what? Biceps femoris, semitendinosus, and semimembranosus, okay? Now, the hip joint is further aided by the gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, and the adductor magnus. Now, when the hip or the knee joint is extended, you are actually using your quadriceps. Now, everybody should be able to name the quadriceps. Okay, starting from the inner thigh, you have the vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, and vastus lateralis. On top of the vastus intermedius is the rectus femoris, okay? Those are your quadriceps. Now, when you squat, you use all these muscles at various points along in that squatting movement, but you also use a host of other muscles that I didn't mention just to stabilize the body. This is why I've always taught the squat as a full body movement, never as a leg exercise. It is a full body movement. Now that you're aware of muscle synergy, that total isolation is impossible, that doesn't mean that you actually give up trying to isolate certain muscles in your bodybuilding routine. You do the best you can, okay? But you want to be aware of muscle synergy so that you can sort through the exercises that are available to you and pick out the ones that you can get the most isolation from, okay? But you're never going to get 100%. And, you know, muscle synergy is not all bad. I mean, even if you're a bodybuilder, I mean, it allows you to lift more weight. You know, greater loads can be handled due to this muscle synergy. You get more control over the weight, and you get fewer injuries because of this. Now, you'll also get a fuller overall body development. You'll get greater strength. You'll get greater size. So these are the additional benefits of muscle synergy. But still, you want to pursue that isolation, and that's going to require research, not only say on your computer, but by going to the gym and experimenting to see, like for biceps, what exercises give you the most isolation, say in the long head or the short head. You have to experiment on your own. Now, everybody's got different leverages. Their muscles are not all the same. You might have your biceps will be shorter than the guy next to you have a short biceps. So you have to experiment on your own, and your routine's got to be custom fitted to your body. So again, don't give up on the concept of isolation. You have to pursue that as a bodybuilder, but be aware that muscle synergy exists.